Ready?
Hi, I'm Janie Bradford, and I was a songwriter at Motown Records. I also worked there as an employee, and since then I've established the Heroes and Legends Awards. This is our 24th year.
And you gave Mickey Heroes and Legends Award.
And we gave Mickey Stevenson Heroes and Legends Award in 2000. We honored him.
Why?
Because of his credentials in the industry, his achievements, and you know, what he had brought to the industry, and as a role model figure to the scholarships that students that we gave scholarships to.
Let's jump in the Wayback Machine and talk about what Mickey was like at Motown.
When Mickey came to Motown was early on, and the majority of us was still in our teens. Mickey was like 20-something, so he was a little more streetwise than we were. We kind of look up to Mickey. He brought a lot of energy to the company that I didn't even realize at the time what he was bringing. It was only later years. He was the first A&R man. I'd never heard the word A&R. Then he brought in lots of artists. He brought in Paula Greer. Mickey was more into the popular jazz music. These are the kind of people that he brought in. He brought Ron Miller, who wrote the pop music. He discovered Ron and brought him in. So these were the kind of people he was working with and bringing into the company. Even Marvin Gaye early on, who wanted to do that kind of music, he worked with him some on that, even though he took him to the R&B side with Stubborn Kind of Fella Hitchhike, one of those early tunes, been 50 years, I don't remember which one came first. But anyway, and got his start on that side, but he really did work heavy for the popular, I guess at that time we call it the standard type of music.
And how'd you get along with Mickey?
I kind of stayed away from Mickey as far as I could. Like I say, he was like more streetwise. He had a lot of girlfriends at that time, which had nothing to do with the music, but they were all through the company visiting, whatever. And he was somebody that you just kind of held in awe and wondered about, because he was so mysterious but so knowledgeable about the industry and what he was doing, and you just kind of wondered, where did he get all this information from, and how did, you know, he know so much at that time, but he did.
Well, in his book, he says that you and he had a couple of run-ins because he wouldn't let you go in the studio enough.
Well, I would like to go in the studio and hang out and see what they were doing in there, but yeah, he would lock me out. But we remained best of friends. In fact, I'm godmother of his youngest son. So through the years, you know, we had our battles, but we understood each other's creativity and what we brought to the table.
Did you feel at the time that history was being made, or you were just living in it because it was happening?
Oh no, living in it because it was happening. You didn't have to be at home. It was a place to be, and you were enjoying being there, something to do. I remember early on once Barry Gordy fired me, and I sit there and he left, and I thought about it. I said, but where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I didn't have nothing to do. I couldn't go out to Belle Isle. I didn't have a car, so I just kept working. He came back. He said, I thought I fired you. I said, you did, but I didn't have nowhere to go. So, but that was the kind of relationship we had, you know, with each other. Mickey and all of us had that family kind of relationship right on. So basically, we all grew up together. So we retained that over the years, even when we wouldn't see each other for years. When we come back together, it was that same mutual relationship.
Is he a good songwriter?
He's a great songwriter. He worked a lot with Ivy Hunter back in the day, and Ask the Lonely, well, his Dancing in the Street, of course, Uptight. It was just on and on and on. It was until we honored him and I did a little research on him. I had to research after all those years. I didn't realize he had written as many songs as he had. Yeah.
Mickey's contribution to music overall?
Mickey's contribution to music overall is that he will keep us dancing in the street forever.
You nailed that. Bobby, anything?
If you could describe Mickey in several words or in a sentence, what would it be?
Not for TV. No. No, Mickey, the real Mickey is not the Mickey he presents himself. Mickey presents himself with a hard shell, maybe so won't nobody get inside and see the real person of just how soft and warm person he is. He's a wonderful human being. He tried not to be, but he is.
That's great.
What was your first impression when you first met Mickey?
Was like, wow, who is this stepping up in here? No. That was my first impression of Mickey.
What year was that?
Oh God, that was early 60, 1 or 2, something like that.
Okay. Claudette said it was 1959.
Oh no, not 59.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. It was early 60. Everything had kind of formed, and then he came into that format.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 59 when we were forming, so more 60. Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that he did or said, or maybe not directly to you, that maybe inspired you in your work?
There was nothing Mickey might have said at that time. He's a man of very few words, but more of what he did, how he took control or whatever. But this is getting away from his songs, but when I wanted him to come to Heroes and Legends or present or something, I'm going round and round with all these words. He said, what do you want me to do? And I told him, he said, well, it wasn't no reason for all that conversation. Just tell me you want me to be there to present. So this was typical Mickey. He led by example.
I'll buy it.
Perfect, great.